First, I would like to say that for me, the overall open computing initiative is very fascinating. It belongs to those initiatives that people that have a common vision are getting together and driving it and working on a joint solution. What makes it fascinating is the fact that those people are coming from different countries, different cultures, and actually in many cases different companies, and the companies are competing with each other. And to work together and to make a solution working, it's not an easy task, just to show that all of us can collaborate and work together on a solution. In many cases, those initiatives takes very long time. Many cases, of course, they fail. But I would say that I'm happy to see that the Open Computing Initiative relatively in a very short time started to gain some momentum in the industry. When we see fruits, 10 years ago is not a huge amount of time to drive such an initiative, and I believe that all of us are actually see the fruit because it actually eliminated the barrier to entry. If in the past only the big companies could work to develop an end-to-end solution, now small companies, including startups, don't need to start from scratch, are taking work that have been done by others and just work on their unique technology and IP. And of course there are some drawbacks. One of them that I can think about was on the security aspect, because it's an open platform. There are maybe other people that can put viruses, and once you are using those work, you may be exposed to viruses and other threats. But as long as we are actually aware of it and working and solving it, I think that the overall initiative is very successful, and it's a very important that we'll continue to do it. So what I would like to see is the expansion of open compute to other areas, not just to stay with the high-tech industry. The high-tech industry domain is very well known. It's very important that we'll continue to do what we've been doing. But what is really important also to expand it to other areas and to solve other issues that I would say the world is facing today, and to make it at the end of the day a better world. For example, let's take the current crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic that we are still facing. Hopefully it's going to be over very soon. But if we could and can and will provide a solution that can detect the virus earlier and can analyze what is going on earlier, and definitely is going to save life. It's not easy because the high-tech industry will need to collaborate with other industry like the biology, chemistry, medicine. There are different disciplines of development, there are different methodologies, they are talking different language that the high-tech industry is using, but this is a gap that we need to work together and to solve. One of the easiest, I wouldn't say relatively easiest solutions that we can come with is some kind of a database, for example, that everybody is going to use, all the different countries that will be able to feed in the data. So, and the data can be analyzed over a supercomputer that equipped, for example, with GPU, like the Cambridge One supercomputers that launched just recently by NVIDIA, and can help scientists and healthcare experts to analyze and to do fast work and to analyze the situations, I would say. So this is, of course, just one example. The global warming is another one, but again, different disciplines. So I would like to challenge, I would say, the open compute community to think about out of the high-tech box and to address those issues as well, and to get other members to the same environment that we are in. NVIDIA believes that open computing eliminates the technology barriers and enable collaboration between the different companies. This is important not just for the industry itself, it's important to NVIDIA, which drive innovation, and it makes the world actually better in this particular case from the technology solutions point of view. And NVIDIA has been supporting it for a very long time and will continue to support it in all aspects. For example, the NVIDIA networking business unit, today used to be Mellanox at the time, was among the first companies that became a supporting member of the opencompute.project.org. We are not just supporting it, actually our engineers are actively involved in the development of the different standards like the OCP 1.0, 2.0, and recently the 3.0. And we've been leading a couple of incubation committees because they are important to the future of the operation itself. Even before that, as a startup company, before we joined the OCP.org, we drove the InfiniBand and the Rocky standard as open standard. And later on, we became actually the first company to come with an open switch, and we have been supporting opened it to all kind of networking operating system, including the recent one, the Sonic. Also, NVIDIA is the home for open source project and research across all kind of domain, including AI, robotics, and more. It includes deep learning solutions like the Rapids that include GPU-based data for scientists, Tensor RTs that it's hyper performance for deep learning, and there are so much more that probably I don't have enough time to describe everything, so you can find it on our website under the development section. So thank you again. This is probably the last question, so thank you again for attending. Looking forward to collaborate with you on the current and the future solutions as well. Thank you guys.